Hello students, welcome to MCQ video discussion on Medico apps. Today I'll be discussing a MCQ on TMJ ligaments. Now this is an important topic from exam point of view, as this can be framed as a MCQ question as well as this can be asked as a short note question in the examination. So let's see firstly what is the question which is framed on TMJ ligament. But before that, I want you to subscribe our YouTube channel so that whenever we discuss such kind of important MCQs for your PG preparation or a short note question on theoretical questions, you will be notified for all those. So let's start by hitting the bell icon and let's see what is the question on TMJ ligament. So this question basically belongs from the dental anatomy topic. Okay, and this question has been asked in All India PG examination, and the question which was framed was that the following ligaments are present in the TMJ joint except the temporomandibular joint except. So basically this question is asking you about the names of the ligaments which are present in the TMJ joint. So let's see what are the names, and we have to know this. So the options here are A, the lateral temporomandibular joint ligament, option B, sphenomandibular ligament, option C, stylomandibular ligament, and option D is alar ligament. So you need to firstly know what are the names, what are the ligaments which are present in the TMJ joint, and then automatically you will be able to eliminate the wrong option, because the question here is asking you about the except. That means the other three are part of ligaments, are ligaments of the TMJ, but one of them is not a part or is not a ligament of the TMJ joint. So let's see. Firstly, we have to know what exactly do you mean by temporomandibular joint ligament, or what exactly is the basic function of this. So basically the function of TMJ ligament is to provide stability to the mandible. And how? By providing, or it prevents the posterior displacement of the mandible, and it also constrains the mouth while opening. Okay, while opening of the mouth, it constrains the mandible so that the condyle remains close to the joint. It should not move ahead, or it should not displace from its position. So basically, in simple terms, if someone is asking you what is exactly is the TMJ ligament doing, so it is basically preventing the posterior displacement of the mandible. It is providing stability to the TMJ joint. So here the TMJ joint ligaments are basically of three types. One is major ligament, one of them. So among three ligaments which are present, among them one is the major ligament, and the name of that is temporomandibular or lateral ligament. And there are two minor ligaments which we call it as accessory ligaments, and they are the sphenomandibular and the stylomandibular ligaments. So till now you have got the answer for your question which was asked in the examination, and from here only you can know the three names, the three temporomandibular joint ligaments. But I want you to know a little bit about this TMJ ligament, because this can be asked in the examination, as I have already told you. So let's quickly see what exactly are these three ligaments doing, and what is the fourth option which was given. You should actually know about that fourth option so that you can eliminate the fourth option from your question. So basically the first one is, this is a major ligament which we are just discussing, and we are seeing this is a temporomandibular or lateral ligament. So this major ligament gives strength to the joint capsule. So joint capsule is a fibrous capsule which is present, a fibrous ligament which is present, and keeping the mandible and the temporomandibular joint in position. So this is strengthening the temporomandibular joint capsule. Okay, the function of this temporomandibular ligament or lateral ligament is this. Now where it is attached, so the attachment above, in superiorly and laterally, it is attached to the zygomatic process. So this is your zygomatic process. So above you can see that it is attached to the zygomatic process of the temporal bone. Okay, above and laterally. Whereas inferiorly or posteriorly, this is the condyle of the mandible. So posteriorly it is attached to the margins of the neck of the condyle. So this is the condyle, As you know, this is the neck of the condyle. So it is attached at the neck of the condyle, the margins, the posteriorly it is attached. So I hope you have understood. Above it is attached to the zygomatic process of the temporal bone, as you can see here, and below it is attached to the neck of the condyle, the margins of the neck of the condyle. So this is the major ligament which we have discussed. Now coming to the two minor ligaments, that is the sphenomandibular ligament and the stylomandibular ligament. So where are these attached? So sphenomandibular ligament. So as the name suggests, spheno and mandibular. From here only you will get an idea. Spheno means that it is attached to the sphenoid bone. Now sphenoid bone is present. So this is the sphenoid bone and it is attached above to the sphenoid bone. So inferiorly it is attached to the lingual portion of the mandibular foramen. So here is the lingual portion. This is the inferior portion. Okay, this is the inferior inside portion of the mandible we are seeing, and here it is present. This is the mandibular foramen you are seeing. This is the mandibular foramen you are seeing. So it is present at the lingual portion of the mandibular foramen. Inferiorly it is attached here, and superiorly it is attached to the sphenoid bone. So I hope you are clear with this. With the third one, that is the stylomandibular ligament. Again I will be dividing this stylomandibular ligament. Stylo means styloid bone is somewhere attached, okay, and mandibular means mandibular bone is also attached. So let's see. Stylo means above, okay. So first portion, superiorly it will be attached to the lateral surface of the styloid process. So here again I am asking you, just divide the name of that ligament. You will be able to understand the anatomy behind that. So above it is present, or it is attached to the lateral surface of the styloid process. This is the styloid process which you are seeing, okay. This is the styloid process and it is present at the, or it is attached to the lateral surface of the styloid process. And below that means inferiorly it is present at the angle. This is the angle of the mandible. This is the angle of the mandible, okay, and the posterior border of the ramus of the mandible. So definitely if it is giving a name of stylomandibular, so above it is attached to styloid process and below it is attached to the angle of the mandible and posterior border of the mandible, of the ramus of the mandible. Now again here I want to mention one point, that sometimes that stylomandibular ligament becomes tensed in extreme protrusive movements, okay. It might be helpful in extreme protrusive movements. It might support the TMJ joint, but overall these accessory ligaments have no major effects on the mandibular movements. Now coming back to our question, here the fourth option was on the alar ligament. The fourth option was alar ligament. Now alar ligament is basically a fibrous cord that attaches to the dens of C2, the cervical vertebrae, bilaterally and inserted on the base of the skull. So basically this ligament is not present in the TMJ joint. This is present on the cervical vertebrae, on the spinal portion of the human body, and then finally it is attached on the base of the skull. So that means automatically you will now understand that the three important and the three major TMJ ligaments are the first one major is the lateral ligament, and two accessory ligaments are present, that is the sphenomandibular and stylomandibular. But the fourth option here is saying that alar ligament is present. Now alar ligament, as we have discussed, is present in the cervical vertebrae, and that is why our answer for the question where it was asked except for, the answer will be option D, alar ligament, because the other three are the TMJ ligaments. Okay, TMJ, these are the three TMJ ligaments. Among them, one is the major and two are the minor ones. And other than that, another question was asked that accessory ligaments of the TMJ is likely to have significance upon the mandibular movements. Now overall, as I have told you, that these accessory ligaments does not have many or much of the effect on the mandibular movements, but somewhat it is seen that stylomandibular ligament has certain effects on the movements, mandibular movements, as you have seen. So this was the MCQ discussion on TMJ ligaments. I hope you have understood this portion and you will be now able to answer if a question is framed from this particular question, or if a particular theoretical question as a short note is asked on TMJ ligaments. Now you will be able to answer, and you can even draw a diagram because it is very simple. As I have already told you that according to the name, just go according to the name, you will be able to know the anatomy. So kindly remember the points which I have mentioned in this lecture. So keep watching our videos and don't forget to subscribe our BDS Express YouTube channel. And in case you want important dental topic discussions and updates, you can also join our exclusive WhatsApp group on www.medicoapps.org/group. The link of this group is given in the description below, which you can join, and definitely I can assure you that you will be benefited with all those important discussions. Thank you for now. Good day. Good luck.